I I wanted to show you. I had got
You
these.
live.
I know.
Oh.
That's why I was saying, are you okay with the call?
Yeah.
Hey y'all, what's up? Um, we're just coming
Be
in
professional.
raw.
Be
I'm
professional.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this cold opening, but no, I wanted to tell my sister something real quick. No, I had got these. A friend of mine had got this for me. How about you
What
can
is it?
stick it? You can stick it in your door.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you. You
It's
can
a door
stick it.
stopper?
You can stick it in your door, and if somebody like tries to come in, if you don't like it's like an extra layer of protection. It does. It alarms you.
Really?
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm
That
gonna have to
is
show you.
cool.
Do you want to end and come back in, sis? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
You
Don't
good?
end.
Okay.
We
Okay.
live. We live, baby.
I'm. Look, it's a family affair. My brother
I'm
in the
sorry.
back.
He in the background. He just got home. He trying to get something to eat. And as you can see, I was stuffing cornbread in my mouth because I'm a cornbread eating country girl. Um, and run till that. Okay.
Ah, y'all, it's
Anyway.
episode 9.
Wow. Time be moving.
I was like, what episode 9? That is crazy.
Y'all still
Yeah.
sticking to us. Y'all still sticking to us. We appreciate
We
y'all
look, and we told y'all from jump, don't listen to me, but look at y'all.
listening.
I just tell you.
Y'all are something else. Y'all are
Yes.
something else.
Ah,
Listen, I
look.
made a big old pot of chili when I came home. I was like rushing home because it's cool outside. Finally,
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
cool, cool.
so hot in Georgia, and today was it today or yesterday? Today is the first day it's gotten really cool.
It
Take
was like very chilly.
it was chilly.
Oh, I got
That's
all
why
my
I made
clothes
some
on.
chili.
Ba-dum-bum.
Some chili and cornbread.
I was talking to my coworkers like, bro, oh look at you. Look, can you feel
Oh, because I
the
get to
love
blow the
tonight?
kiss.
Yes.
My husband was
Um
telling me to have a good show as he's walking out with
oh
his bowl of chili.
I wish
Chili.
I had me a wife that made some chili.
We know you wish you had a wife that made you some spaghetti too. We know. Don't listen to her, y'all.
I'm look,
Don't listen to her. Listen, don't y'all be going around talking about my sister because she be talking about a wife. Because we know wives get the thing done. You see what I'm doing on a Thursday night?
it's 2022. We off talking about folks wanting a wife. Is a bad
That's
thing.
what I'm
That's where everybody wants a wife. Come on, get out of
That's
here.
what I'm getting at, sister.
Oh. No, no,
Everybody
yeah.
wants a wife because
I
we
know.
get the job done.
Period. So no, I want chili
Sorry.
when I get home from working. That is what is the sentiment. I'm just being silly.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
dang, I forgot what I was about to say. I guess we'll just get to, hey y'all, I'm low.
Y'all know who I am. Not cool. I'm
we're
Issa.
s- we are sisters from Atlanta. Just on here talking about whatever, mostly whatever we want to talk about. So it's relevant. It's things that like we talk all the time. We talk every day, and we haven't really talked today. So this is what we would be normally talking about today. We just gonna talk about it with y'all.
We just gonna
You know what I'm
talk it out with
saying?
y'all. Yes,
Yeah. So
yes.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't listen to me. Episode 9. Y'all go ahead and yeah, subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it with a friend, 2 or 3.
Or
Uh, and join us here every Thursday evening. We don't know. We like on exactly.
a scale. It's a
Mhm.
scale.
Mhm. It's a range every Thursday evening. Every Thursday evening, we're gonna be here sometime between what we tell ourselves every Thursday is we're
8:15.
starting at 8:15.
Air Thursday.
Every single Thursday, we said
Listen, let
that.
me just say this though. Don't be upset with us. We really do enjoy this. Um, we're also working adults, so Lauren be getting off late. Um,
Yeah,
I be trying to get
working
to my
out.
workout class, and it just be a mess. Then I try to come home and cook. It we just be making it. You know what I mean? Like we want to be here, so bear with us. We're gonna get better at this time thing. We promise you.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
with it. And we appreciate y'all for bearing with us. Our sis just pulled up in the chat. She popped in for a sec, said, "Hello, family. Hello,
Hey,
sis.
girl.
We
How
love
you
you."
doing?
Everybody else that's watching, we love y'all too. I'm about to go ahead and pour my glass because I, like my sister said, I get off late. I went to the grocery store. Y'all know I don't have a car, so I dropped my brother's car back off to him. I took him out some pound cake because I made some pound cake. It was we'll get there. I I put
So
some pound
sad. Do you
I
still
put
got
him
some?
I do. It's getting down to the end now. Fortunately, I've given all most of it out. I've
Will
eaten
you
what I've.
save me a little slither? I'll see you.
No, I'm making another one. I'm
Oh,
making another
hallelujah.
a fresh one. So
Hallelujah.
we'll have a fresh one for Saturday. But did you
Okay.
pour? Are you poured up?
I'm already drinking some wine because
What?
I gotta drink wine while I'm cooking. But it's not the wine that I want to promote tonight. So you want me to
Okay.
go? You go. You go. You go.
I'll go. I'll go. Okay, I'll go. Yes. Okay.
And I'll
So
sit.
y'all check this out. Yes, you sip, and it looks like we have the same type of wine.
It's
All
not.
right,
Oh yeah.
I've got this for y'all tonight. This is the McBride sister Black Girl Magic Rose. They have a whole line called the McBride Sisters. So this is one of their wine brands, Black Girl Magic, but
Love it.
their overall brand is the McBride Sisters, and they're black owned wine. They're women. They actually are black women. They're sisters, and
Shut
I
your mouth.
think
Hey,
they
sisters.
are. Yeah, is a feel. I wish I could like had if I wish they had like more, but yeah, I think their vineyards are in California, and yeah, this is their rosé. So I got this tonight, and check out my glasses that I got that I'm drinking in. This is what my nieces and my niece and nephew got me for Christmas. I think it was last year.
Christmas. Yeah.
Rich Auntie Energy.
Got that rich auntie energy, baby. You got
Yes, yes.
auntie energy, baby.
Yes, I got excited because I looked like you had rosé in your glass, but I know you just finished that off.
Okay,
So
well, I'm gonna just let me finish this real quick, okay? Just
okay,
it is
y'all,
rosé, by the
it
way.
is okay. Yeah, okay. So while you're finishing that, let me tell y'all. So the McBride sisters also have these cans, like canned wine.
Mm,
Yeah, and it's fun for like party stuff. If you just like, I think I had got it. We had like a
you
little pool party, and we
did.
had them over the summer. They got a lot of good stuff. They got a lot of good stuff. Y'all go get some of their wines.
You know what, sis? That is really, really dope. I think that we should definitely be promoting those sisters a little more.
Yeah,
I like those little. You did that. You introduced me to those, and those are really good. Maybe I'll.
yeah.
No, we have plans this weekend. Maybe I'll bring them on Saturday.
Oh, that'd be nice.
We can.
That would be nice.
Yeah. So my my drink of choice for tonight, um, like I said, when I'm cooking, I'm drinking wine. So I
Right,
was
right.
drinking just my household wine, but I usually have a separate wine for our show. So this is a new one that I saw on sale today. Uh,
Oh,
you
that
know
looks
how I feel about
good.
Pinot Grigio, and it's called Delatori. Delatori. Delatori.
Nice. I've never seen that before.
It's got 12% alcohol. That's how I knew it was gonna be good. Listen,
Smart.
what? No, for real. What? This a little.
It's hard to get off.
Yes, I might have to call the husband down here. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it. I got
Oh,
it. Look at
strong.
me. I'm strong. I've been working
Brains,
out.
beauty, and scream.
Oh, I've been working
Scream.
out. Thank you, sis. Oh, but you know
What was you
what?
about to say?
This I lost my train of thought. Oh, what
It's okay.
percentage do you go with? Because sometimes, have you ever been somewhere? This is off topic. Have you ever been somewhere like to like okay, bring your own booze, you
Hmm.
know, bring your own wine or whatever wine bottle, and then you looking at some of those wines and you like, I know that's got to be Kool Aid because it's like 8%.
Anything under 10%, it's a spritzer.
It's
It
a
might
no.
as well be Sprite
You may as
that
well
you're
just
charging me $10 for a bottle.
This is a. I need to take this as a chaser with.
A shot.
Okay, so we're sisters.
Yeah, no, literally, even when I went today, so there's a liquor store right across. Sidebar, there was a really cute guy
You ain't hit on them.
selling the like behind the counter at the liquor counter, and he
You
was
should
like,
have.
it was working hours, and I was just like, you know what? He was looking and very friendly and trying, he was just friendly. It wasn't nothing. He was
Go again
friendly, but
tomorrow.
he was very cute. I just wanted to say that.
Mm, go,
I'm not really boy crazy like that, but I was like,
go again
oh,
tomorrow.
you're
Wink,
cute.
wink.
I normally wouldn't notice, but yeah, I noticed. Anyway, back on track. Even when I was at the liquor store to get today's wine and some other things, I I saw like the wine, not to be, but that like the Stella Rose is 5%. Even the
I
Roscato,
I
it's like
cannot
eight.
drink the
I'll be
Stellas.
like,
Why? This is.
I'm not about
I'm literally just gaining calories
to.
for no reason.
Yes,
It's just gonna stick to my gut because it's all
no,
juice and just sugar.
literally,
No deal.
like Sprite and a teens of whatever
Yeah,
fermented grapes. I don't know.
yeah. It's got to be. You're right, sis. I agree. I promise
I'm
you.
not with
In
it.
my head, I always think if it's not at least 10%,
Yeah,
there's no reason for me to drink it. If
nah.
I have friends who aren't like don't have the wine palate as you would say, and they drink those 5 and 6%
Yeah.
wines.
And I get it. It's like a start. If wine really, I get, is an acquired
It's an
taste
absolutely
for sure.
it
But
is.
and you just have to kind of keep drinking it to like it, I think. But
I think
yeah,
it's the same with like beer. I think
same.
people like okay, well, beer doesn't necessarily taste good, but if you keep drinking it, then it's and like you said,
An
an acquired
acquired.
taste.
Yeah.
So, I don't like beer, but
Me
yeah,
either. I don't.
I try.
I've tried multiple times.
Me too.
I'm good with
Can't
wine though.
do it. Me too. All right, sis. Well, cheers.
Happy Thursday, sis.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah.
Did you tap it?
Oh,
See? I had to remind you.
sidebar. Let me tell you about
It's
this is
good.
this is I don't know if I should be sharing this. Don't listen to me. But oh, this 2-year-old I had this week on a Tuesday. 2-year-old
Ooh, on a
Tuesday.
Tuesday through the week.
Oh Jesus, he put me through,
He
child. Listen.
busy.
Whew.
What my baby
As
doing?
I have my glass of wine, he has his little pouch of applesauce. I kid you not, this baby goes, cheers, and does my
Oh,
wine glass like this. And I was like, oh my
the
God. I can't believe you just
baby.
did that.
I
He
love
said,
that.
cheers. And then he cheers my wine glass. I didn't even move it with his applesauce juice. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I
I don't
love
know if that's
that.
bad grandparenting or not. I'm just gonna
It
put it out
ain't.
there, but don't listen to
Absolutely
me.
not. Cheers is nothing more than a celebratory. We're celebrating. Cheers, Grandma.
He even
Cheers,
knows. He
grandson.
even knows.
It's a
I
celebration
said,
on a Tuesday. He was cheers
God,
into life, love, and the pursuit of happiness.
that's so funny,
That is too
girl.
cute.
Well,
So
let's
fill
do
it,
it.
yeah, let's get filled in real quickly. I don't think what's what I don't feel like I really did much. I made a pound cake. I asked
Yep.
my mom for the pound cake recipe. Yeah, no, really, this weekend was like the first weekend in a minute where I really didn't really have anything to do. I went to church and just
Oh my
afterwards just
God.
kicked it. Is the same with you?
Literally, we're the same person. I literally did nothing. I cooked all weekend. Just been at home
Wow.
cooking, chilling, and I went to church on Sunday.
Church in the morning. I love that. Yeah. That was really
But I did
all.
vote on Tuesday. You
Oh,
let's
you
talk about
already know.
let's talk about
We getting right into it. Look, we ain't really had much going on this weekend, but Tuesday, voting day. I actually voted early. I told y'all about my little
You
electric scooter
did.
ride to go early vote.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
How was the lines when you voted on election day?
I did because my life just be all over the place, and I was just like, oh my god, I never got a chance to go vote, do early voting. But let me just tell you the story. You don't even know this story because I haven't talked to you.
I don't
Um,
know this story.
so
Give it
last
to me.
minute, I got a message that I needed to pick up my grandchild from daycare, and he's only maybe 10 minutes away from my place of work. So, okay, sure. Then I immediately thought to myself, daggone it, I gotta go vote. Nobody was at the house. Everybody was gonna be gone. My husband was at work. My daughter was at work. Of course, my son is away at school. So I had to make a decision. It's important. I gotta go vote. So I went and grabbed some snacks. I went and grabbed some juice. I'm like, okay, we're gonna make this happen. Now, mind you, my children are 17 and 18. It's been a long time since I done had to take a toddler out. I mean, usually when I take him out, it's with the fam. It's not just one person, so we can kind of assist where needed. I will tell you, taking a 2 year old with you to vote is pure hell.
Hmm.
He showed out.
Really?
That was the first time my baby has showed out with me, y'all. And maybe he was just tired because he had been in daycare all day. But okay, so I voted at an elementary school.
Mhm.
Line wasn't that long.
Oh,
I just
good.
so happened to be standing in front of my neighbor was standing in front of me, literally directly in front of me.
That's crazy.
It was. So we just, making small talk. And the baby, he's kind of just, minding his business. I'm kind of holding on to him, making sure he don't run loose. But it's elementary school, so we're in the gym. And there's a part of the gym where they have like these toys and the basketballs and the balls, and it's covered up by like the kickball net, right? Or the soccer net.
Mm.
So you can clearly see it, right?
Yeah.
We halfway through the line. It's like 6:15. We halfway through the line. He sees the toys, and when I tell you, it was a total meltdown.
What?
Screaming,
Oh.
hollering, crying, falling out. I had to get out the line, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna keep going. I had to get out the line. I had to get out the line. I get out the line. He's still crying when we're outside. I'm trying to calm him down. I said, "Do you want me to call your daddy?" He's literally, I said, they must tell him this at home because he's like, "Call my daddy. Call my daddy. Call my daddy." He's repeating it like over and over. I'm like, "Oh, you got it. I'm going to call him." His
Oh.
dad. His dad calms him down. He's wiping his tears. I'm like,
Oh.
okay, so we're going to go back in here and you're going to behave. Go back in about 10 minutes later. So now it's almost
Did
like,
they let you get back in your spot?
no. So
You
by
had to
this
get
time,
oh.
the people that where I was, the people have already gone through because the
Oh.
line is moving through fairly quickly. But I have to get back in the end of the line. More people have come. However, it's a little less, you know, of a line than it was. Get back in line. We're at this. He's doing well. I'm like, I'm just gonna hold him. I'm gonna try to avoid him seeing. We get back to the same exact spot, and he's about to go off
You
again.
got to be kidding me.
I'm praying. I'm like, Jesus, I gotta vote. This is. I was like, is this payback for me not voting early? It was like, oh my God, I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. And then one of the workers came up to me literally when he was about to have a meltdown, and she was like, "Hey, I saw that you took your baby out earlier, and this nice young lady saw it too, and she said that you could get in front of her. She was at the front of the line."
Nisa.
Tell me
Oh
God
my
ain't good. Tell me God ain't
gosh.
good. And she was a sister. I said, "Come on,
That
sister."
is just see, Good Samaritans, man. Oh my gosh.
That saved my life because I don't think I would
Oh
have
my
had a chance to
gosh.
literally vote if it wasn't
Right.
because he was literally about to have another meltdown and we was gonna have to go back outside. And it's so she was literally
Oh
the
my
next person
gosh.
in line to just hand over your ID, and she let me get in front of her. I was thanking her, and then you
Oh,
know,
that is so
he
sweet.
behaved because he had the little stencils and everything, so he was just
Mm-hmm.
a little busybody. But finally, I was able to vote, and by the time I got in the car, your sister was exhausted.
I know. That sounds like a lot, sis. Dang, you made it through. Look. Ooh, a little flashback to what, 2007, 2006? When did you had last time you had a
2006,
2-year-old?
yeah, 2006. I was like, Jesus, I didn't even know what to do. I was literally sitting there like, well, what am I supposed to do? Having a meltdown. Ain't nobody gonna
Oh,
help me.
oh, you know what? I forgot. I did go visit our auntie, and I met out my what our cousin our first cousin is calling him, the one that we're almost like sisters. She was like, "Oh, come here, see your auntie cousin." So he's a baby, and he's our cousin's baby, but he like a little. He's so
Yum yum
stinky.
yum yum
That's what
yum
auntie
yum.
calls him. He was so cute and so just calm, and oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to meet him, because literally when I as soon as I came, I reached out for him, and he reached to me. He
Oh.
hugged me, laid his head down on my shoulder, and then like started grabbing my side like that. I was
And
like,
how old is he?
7 months. He's 7 months, and
I'm in love.
he
He's
has
so
like
cute. The
he has
deepest
the
dimples
deepest dimples,
ever.
and they just come
And
right.
he's
I'm
so
like,
chocolate. You know how I feel about them
he is
chocolate babies.
his little face is perfect. I'm going to take him. I told Auntie when he can sleep through the night, but I might not be able to wait that long because he's
He's
just
so
so cute.
cute.
I couldn't take it,
I've
child. But no,
only seen pictures.
I had the opposite effect. That was like, every I don't really ever get baby fever for real, and I still don't have it. But I was like, oh, I want to
Say
keep.
what?
I do want to keep that baby. I don't really get baby fever because, ooh, my God.
Oh, I do all the
But that's so.
time.
I
I
just want to.
never have another baby, of course, but I get the baby fever. I just, like you said, I just want to take the baby for the like a couple of hours, a couple of days, and then give the baby back like I do
Give
my
the baby.
grandbaby.
Yeah. See.
You
See
know?
there. See there.
Oh, little yum yum. I can't wait to meet him in
You
person.
can I can't wait for you to meet him either. But y'all, so the election, I know that it's been talked about to the
Okay.
100th degree, but what are your thoughts, sis, on we're talking about Georgia. So we
Mm-hmm.
voted in Georgia. My sis lives in a county. I'm more so in the city. So we had our individual things that some things that we were voting on in our county, in our city. But overall, we did have the what the nation knows about is the Stacey Abrams versus Governor Kemp,
Mm-hmm.
and Herschel Walker versus
What not?
Reverend Raphael Warnock. Those are like those were the two races that had national attention,
Yeah.
and the outcome has been so far Stacey Abrams conceded, and Governor Kemp is still the governor of Georgia, and there will be a runoff between Herschel Walker and Reverend Raphael Warnock, which is taking place on December the 6th.
6.
Early voting for that starts November the 28th. All of you Georgia residents, make sure that y'all go out and vote early, vote on the day
Gonna
of.
show out.
Make sure
Gonna
you
show out.
turn out, especially in the more metropolitan counties, because those are the counties that lean blue, and as I'm sure you all saw, all of the rest of Georgia is a bloodbath. It's red, baby. It's a red river. So make sure if you are in our counties, all of those votes count. Each one. They count each one of those votes counts. Not like the presidency where the electoral college determines. This is a
Right.
popular vote. So if all of these counties that are blue turn out,
Yeah.
and everybody, even if you're not in a blue county, if you are in a red, your vote, your one vote actually does count for these
Definitely
types
in
of.
Red County. And tell me, I'm gonna be at every election, every poll, every time.
Yeah, so make sure y'all vote. I hold on. Go ahead. Give your thoughts. Our mama calling me, child. Hold on. You go first. I got to text her back. Let her know.
Hey, mama. You know what? It really does sadden me, and I think um, the only way that I can really put it is, I think one party will um, go for whoever is in office, no matter if they have flaws, no matter if they're dead wrong, no matter if they have the experience, no matter what, they are going to put you in a position to be where they want you to be. Um, Whereas I feel like the other party is more so criteria based, like, do you have the experience, do you really have a heart for the people, and all these different, checklists. um, but it does sadden me that we couldn't see Stacey Abrams in that position. I feel like she worked so hard. I still feel like she was the most qualified candidate. I feel like she is so poised, and she's like literally beauty and grace. I mean, like literally the epitome of just a gracious black girl magic, literally to the
Yeah.
T. And I even the way she handled, you know, just conceding and if you didn't hear her speech, you should, because she's the truth. And it's unfortunate that really I feel like that racism is so such a such a issue still to this day, to the point where no matter if a person is right and has the right agenda, that you will still go against that person simply because you don't like the color of her skin or because she's a woman or both.
Yeah.
So it is disheartening, but God is in control.
Period. And you know what? I feel like I always thought it was it would have been very shocking if she had actually won.
Yeah.
Not because she's not qualified, not because she's somehow not capable or not worthy or deserving, because she is all of those things and more,
Hmm.
but because of the positioning and everything surrounding. She was running against a Republican white man in Georgia for governor.
Yeah.
So to me, it's inspiring that she had the audacity to
Courage. Yes.
do that
A second
twice.
time.
She did that. She mother effing did. She did that. And
Abrams for president.
Stacey Abrams for Woman King. Period.
Okay.
Listen, girl, she did that. And I have said this to everybody, and don't listen to me. I'm just talking like I would normally talk to my sister. I don't know how to say this in a more politically correct way. She is not Kamala Harris. She's not a light skinned black woman that's married to a white man. She's not.
I had to do a spin
Stacey,
on that one.
you
I'm
spin
doing
move
it
on
again.
y'all heads.
I'm doing it again. Oh, you getting down deep
Stacey,
now.
no, but that's just a
That's
fact.
real life,
Stacey Abrams is a
actual and factual.
brown skinned, natural haired, um, regular bodied, single black
Voluptuous.
woman. I mean, just out here. So I'm just like,
out here winning, out here just being great, like inspiring others,
and
like
I'm not saying
encourage.
that Kamala Harris isn't being great.
No,
Shout out to
absolutely,
all of her accomplishments. That woman is the vice
absolutely.
president of the United States of America. That's incredible. What I'm saying is, have you ever heard of the word palatable? Like there is a such thing as a palatable black person, and I
Yeah,
don't. As black people, we know that.
yeah,
Maybe the world isn't aware of the programming that they've been subject to for what
yeah.
is palatable black. But even I think as a black woman, we have even this is a little bit off tangent, but we have a particularly unique experience. And I think we might have just talked about this in regular life. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but I remember every time that I am like interviewing for a job or something, and I may have like right now I have braids in my hair. I would most
Yeah.
likely if I were on the circuit looking for employment, I don't think that I would have my hair braided. And that is something that is a very specific lived experience for black women that
Ugh,
we have to be like, "Oh, I'm in the market for jobs. I'm on the job circuit. I have to
appear a
assimilate."
certain way. Absolutely. No, that is so. That's important because that's something that those that are not black, they don't have to think about things like
No.
that. Like we really have to take that to heart. I know for sure I thought about that. Like, okay, let me make sure I don't have a lot of color in my hair. Let me make sure, like you said, not the braids. You have to appear a certain way as a brown skin, brown skin girls that we are, the black women that we are, already male dominated for me in the position that I'm in, male dominated field. You just don't see a lot of brown skin girls in certain positions, and so you have to, unfortunately, kind of appease to your audience, at least when you're introducing, yourself. um
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but
It is, and it's just like breathing for us. This is the only experience that we know, so it's something that we are always conscious of. It's always present. It's always something that we're conscious of. And I don't know. I just commend Stacey Abrams for being
absolutely
not changing her hair,
not. Nope.
not pressing out her hair, not
Yep.
pretending that she was engaged or really thirsty to be married, or she didn't, because we've heard of politicians that will hire, you
Yes.
know, yeah, like a
Yes.
wife, or what they call like a beard, if they not, different, just to kind of make themselves seem more worthy or
Mhm.
established, and
Mhm.
somebody that people can depend on.
Wholesome in a sense.
Wholesome, absolutely, absolutely. And she didn't do that. I just feel like she was her regular self, and and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm all into politics. I'm not. I'm in it. I feel like enough to where I feel confident in the people that I vote for. But
Mhm.
overall, just as a person, as a black woman, I am like hella inspired by Stacey Abrams.
Absolutely.
I
She
am.
is the type of person, she's the type of leader that makes you want to get involved in some
Mhm.
kind of capacity, whether you, like you said, I'm not into politics, you're not into politics, but Stacey, what can I do to help? Like, that's how inspiring she is. And I would usually say, and don't listen to me, okay? I would usually, as great sister Issa Rae once said, I'm rooting for everybody black. However,
Oh,
it's a it's a
Jesus.
it's a it's a little
Oh,
tricky there,
so you're going there.
because Warnock
What
is
the F,
against
y'all?
a whew, Jesus Lord. I can't even Georgia, y'all let me effing
Sister.
down. How do we have a runoff with a, you know what he is? I am disgusted. appalled. I just can't believe these are the two choices we have, and y'all didn't even go out to vote. So now we got to run off. I'm so sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. I ain't
No.
rooting for everybody black in this case, okay?
No. I don't know if he knows he's black. Is the thing. I
You
don't
might
think
be
he. I
right.
don't think he identifies as black.
We rooting for everybody who identifies as black.
It is such a strong. It that is. You know
Straight.
what? I feel hardened ever since Trump won.
Uh,
Ever since Trump won, I kind of, it's almost like I'm living in the wild wild west and anything could happen at any given moment. So I was prepared for it in the event that he
the,
won. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go on and head on over to Canada. That's where I live now, y'all. I don't, or
I
somewhere.
feel
I
like
don't
I'm going
know.
to Mars. I don't know what
You
you.
know what? That's a better option.
I
That's
don't know.
actually the only real option when you think about
That's
it.
the only real option. I'm going to Mars.
I really don't even know what all to say about this, but I was listening to a couple of podcasts today and they were talking about how apparently Republicans were thinking that there was going to be this huge red wave and all of these,
Really
yeah. So apparently they were like, no, it actually wasn't the big blowout red wave that Republicans were
good.
expecting. But one of the political pundits that I was listening to on the podcast, she was thinking more along the lines that I was thinking, like, do y'all really think that, because the Republicans were still having, I think it was too close to call, but most of, like, in the Senate and the House, the Republicans had like a
Oh
small
yeah, they did.
majority.
They did. Absolutely, they had a majority. Yeah.
It was, even though it was small, so everyone was like, oh, it wasn't the big blowout that they thought, it wasn't the big blowout that they thought nationwide, we're talking.
Mhm.
And the woman that was giving her perspective, she was like, do you think that the small margin of, like, the small majority that they do have isn't enough to block
It's,
everything that the other side wants? Like, they're
it's enough.
it's
Almost
shocking.
doesn't count.
It's shocking to me how many politicians are complicit with being partisan. Like, they are
Mm,
perfectly comfortable not reaching across the aisle. And that was one of the things that I really respected
mm,
about Reverend Raphael Warnock's
yeah.
campaign was he did talk about, yeah, I worked with Republicans and I will continue to. And it is in alignment with, I think, his brand. There's definitely a lots of slander and smear campaigns, and that stuff could possibly be true. But if we talking, what are we talking
What
about?
are we really
What are
saying
we
at
what are we
this point?
talking about? It's
Did
almost like
you see?
comparing. I ain't even gonna go there, child. Yeah, what you got? What was
Did
you about to
that
say?
daggone man pull that fake Party City badge during the debate? I don't know, y'all. Y'all is just lost. You get what I'm saying? But
Do you think it's just sheer racism? What else could it be? Hate?
it's definitely sheer racism. And then he is for Herschel in the Republican eyes, he could be their puppet. Like he will do whatever they tell him to do. He doesn't have. First of all, he's not educated enough. He doesn't have the backbone to really make sound decisions on anything. So if he in that position, he ain't gonna be making no sound decisions. Like they gonna be making the decision. They're gonna tell him, this is what you do, this is what you say, and he's going to do it and he's going to say it.
That has to be it.
That's the only way. That
Yeah.
what else could it be? Like he's not fit to, like mentally. He's not balanced.
I was No, he's definitely not, but that's a
He's
fact.
off.
Oh, shout out is what my daddy would say.
Shout out.
My Our cousin Haley was saying yesterday, I was like, how this is such a basic idea, but it's the most brilliant idea I've ever heard. And how is this not a thing? Maybe it is. You tell me. Our cousin Haley was like, they should have a test. Like, you should have to pass an exam, like how you have to pass a
For the
bar
SATs.
or to be a lawyer. to practice law
or
in
to
a state,
adopt anything.
adopt any of these high
I don't
profile
know if
where
you got
you
to
have.
test to be a doctor, do you? I don't know.
You do. They
Oh,
have nurses have tests. It's called the
nurses,
is it the
M,
MCAT
M
or
cat,
something?
M cat, M cat.
It's some, yes, to
You
be.
got to do a test to even get your PhD. You got to do that
You got to take a
dissertation.
driver's license test when you have other people's lives in your hand and you are making decisions that impact other people. Typically, there are criteria that have to be met. And I feel like,
We need to
is
be
that
in
a thing?
charge. We
Do
need to
they?
be in charge.
But they don't test these politicians. They don't have like a
Of course
test.
not. That's what I'm saying.
So this might as well be a superlative. We might as well be in high school voting on class clown or most likely to succeed.
most exactly
No, seriously. That's what we're doing here.
That's exactly what we're doing, sis. I listen. I don't listen to me. I hate it here. I just I hate it here. It's just stupid. People stupid. I'm just like
Wait, hold
you
on,
just want
sis.
to go up to them and shake them real good. Just be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. It's just it's so
Child, it's
disheartening.
yeah.
We gotta go out and vote. That's the only thing.
Yo, we have literally spent this entire time talking about this.
Sorry.
We gotta move on.
Let's move
We did
on.
not mean to talk about this that long, y'all.
Clearly it was in us.
bothering
We
us.
ain't
That was
talk. We ain't
bothering
talk.
us.
We ain't talk.
We haven't talked. We haven't talked. But we about to talk about this next thing. What was the next thing we said? Girl.
Y'all. Okay.
Girl.
We're gonna put y'all on real quick. Oh, I got something fun that we can do too.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so this is a different topic, y'all. We're y'all
we're off that. We're off that.
The fake police officer man. Either way, listen. Okay, we've been watching this show, and actually, we've been watching it since the first season. And is this the third season? This is the third season.
It is, yeah.
It's the third season, and it's called Love Is Blind on Netflix. When I tell you that show got a strong hold on me.
Ooh, me too.
Okay, so this is what I want us to do for the sake of time, Lauren.
Okay.
I want you to rate your couples by maybe least to greatest.
Let's go my least favorite and then end with my most favorite.
I have their names.
Okay, I was about to say, can you give them out to me? Give them to me. So I can write them.
You go write them down. Okay, Zena and Cole.
Okay.
Okay. Alexa and Brennan. Raven and SK. Matt and Colleen. And then Bartice and Nancy. Least to greatest.
This is such a toughie. I want 3 of them to get least. They're all tied for least. No, 2 are tied really for least favorite for different reasons. So, okay.
Oh, do we need to tell the premise of what Love Is?
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
So, Love Is Blind is basically a show that brings, I think it's like 16 people together, 16 men, 16 women. They come to this secluded location where they cannot see each other. They go to these different pods and they have dates. So basically multiple people are dating. They're dating multiple people at one time. And the premise of it is love really blind? Can you really fall in love without looking at a person's appearance, the way they look, just the outer appearance versus you just really taking in their inner beauty, right? So they spend all these weeks together, getting to know each other, being vulnerable, just talking about everything and anything. And then based on the number of, the length of time that they spend together, then someone may decide, okay, we're in love. We just love each other. They may start, really professing their love for each other, and then someone proposes, right? Now, there have been cases where someone has proposed, the man has proposed, and the woman hasn't accepted. But there have been a lot of times where the man has proposed and the woman has accepted. Now, when that happens, they are just, they're not, of course, they're just fiance, right? So after they propose, they get to meet each other for the first time. They literally, you know, run to each other's arms, kiss just for a little while, right? Then they send them away for their like a getaway the first night. Mm-hmm. But basically, over the next couple of weeks, they're going to get to know each other and live together.
Mm-hmm.
And once the 4 or 5 weeks is over with, they are basically going to be standing at the altar. And at the altar is when they decide if love is truly blind and if they are going to marry this person. And some say yes, and some say no. Anything you want to add?
No, that was perfect. Literally, you did not miss a beat. So we're here on season 3 with these couples, Alexa and Brennan, Matt and Colleen, Cole and Zenab, uh, Bartice and Nancy, and Raven and SK.
Mm-hmm.
So they've all. I had my. This was the one season where I had my thoughts at the beginning of the season about people, and it completely changed. Like I literally was
Same,
like,
same,
I was like,
same.
this is this the editing that made me think that this person was one way, but really they're this way, or this was
It's
I was
shocking.
shocked
Me
by
too.
how engaged I was in this season.
Yeah.
So my least favorite couple, I'm gonna have to give it to I'm gonna have to give it okay. I'm gonna have to give my absolute least favorite couple to Colleen and Matt.
We are sisters. I
Okay.
have written right here least favorite. Matt and Colleen.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why
God daggone
they get
nerve.
on my nerves. He's giving
Psychopath.
massively. Thank
Sorry,
you.
continue.
No, you said exactly what needed to be said. He's giving psychopath, and her poor little behind. She's young and just has no clue. She literally got turned down by the 2 guys that she really wanted to be engaged with, and
And
the
this
next
ass.
day when he was like, I'm really into you, she was like, oh my God, I love you. I love you. So to me, she's just giving,
She just
I'm
wants love.
young. I don't know. I don't know actually what makes for a good partnership.
Right.
And we've all been there. Lord knows I have. No, seriously. I think it's a way that you can be raised where you
No,
just
seriously.
they from that they in Dallas. You can tell she's a southern little, just
Southern
young little,
Belle.
she don't just bless her heart. She don't know.
Bless her, baby.
But I they're my least favorite. In addition to them just being bad for each other, bad for
They're
relation, like
toxic.
he's not ready. He needs to get some
He
help
needs to
from that
heal.
girl. He was freaking the f out. I thought
Ooh,
he was really giving like uh
I'm gonna kill you, girl.
you know who he was giving? A white boy from P Valley who was beating on his stripper wife. Did you watch P
You
Valley?
know I don't get. You know that's the one. I did watch the first season, but
You
not the
didn't watch P Valley? You're missing
remember we
out,
watched
sis.
I think we watched the whole first season, then
Well,
we
you saw the white boy, then
watched,
you know the pretty black girl that was married
that
to
was
the
so
white
long
man.
ago. Golly.
Anyway, that's who he's giving. He's giving, I will flip out on you because I am shot the F out and I need therapy.
Shout out.
Also, medication,
Medic
Jesus, and a tranquilizer.
and
He
a
needs,
straight jacket.
oh,
The way that man used to be turning red, girl, I'd be like, y'all better his blood pressure up. His blood pressure is up.
I did not like that dynamic because he would be like going off, and she would just be like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." It just was so. It was
It's
not good.
abusive vibe.
Yes, it really was. I was like, "This is not." And
Not healthy.
that that alone is bad enough. But somebody else, the next couple I got would have been in their place had they stayed married. Colleen and Matt are my least favorite because they stayed married and they're
Yep.
acting like
As
it's
if
just.
that everything ain't is peachy and they just gonna work through it and it's okay.
I don't believe it.
It's
Next,
absolutely a front.
it's a farce, bro. And
I'm gonna give you my conspiracy theory at the end. Okay.
okay, okay. So you want to
Next.
go with your next
Oh,
one and then me,
no, no,
or
no.
me?
Least favorite was definitely Matt and Colleen. I absolutely hated them and they were boring. Um, boring. I will say my most hated couple
After Colleen
after
and Matt. So
Colleen and Matt,
next
my
to
most
Colleen,
least favorite, and then my
next
most
least.
hated, but they were also my most hated couple. Was that gat daggone Bartice and
Nick.
Nancy?
Oh, I almost said the N word. I don't think we're supposed to say that right here. You. The only reason they wasn't number one on my list is because at least they had the decency to not get married, honey.
Let me tell
Give
you
it
something.
to me, Nisa.
Okay,
Go.
so
You
let me
got to.
just
You
put this.
got to tell
Let me
me
put this in
something.
perspective. First of all, I felt really bad for Nancy because she was absolutely just clueless to what the
Do
f
you?
was going on around her.
The only way that I'm able to live with myself and sleep at night is to say that she was just playing this game.
That's why I'm
Do
gonna
you
tell you
think?
my
Oh, okay. Sorry.
conspiracy
Okay,
theory.
I'm jumping
That's why I'm gonna
ahead.
tell you my conspiracy theory.
Okay,
And it's gonna tie into the last season too, because did you watch last season and
I
the one
did.
after they there was an episode after the reunion where they actually met up with the couples, all of them again.
After
That
the reunion from last season.
after the reunion.
Oh, but it was with the couples from the first season with Lauren and them.
No. The last
It
season.
was. It was.
Season
Oh
two.
no, I didn't see. Now
I'm
I saw the one where they met up with Lauren's season, folks. After
I didn't see the one when they met up with Lauren season. I love them. That's my favorite couple of all times, and they still going
everybody, they
strong.
still, and I love that's they're the proof. No, I didn't see that one. Okay, no, but go ahead.
Okay,
I didn't see that.
so Bartice and Nancy, this is my thing. Mm, this is so cliche, but they say it all the time. If somebody show you who they are, believe them. He repeatedly showed her
Girl,
who he was. Let me tell you something. When they
ne-
started talking about when she had that serious conversation and she was asking him about like how would you handle it if you
yeah,
had like the whole idea about keeping the baby versus abortion.
terminating, yeah.
And when they had that spit for spat, I was like, I know who each of them voted for. Okay, I'm gonna just say that I know who they voted for. I know what
Okay,
side Bartice is on.
thank you, sis.
Okay,
Okay,
I know what side he's on. So baby, he not gonna give you what you need.
did you see his friend group? Because
Okay.
this is what lets me know. Okay, I'm probably about to sound real toxic, y'all. Don't listen to me. This is wrong.
No, it's not.
Literally don't listen to
Speak
me.
your
Don't
mind.
listen
I'm
to me.
listening.
I can't do nothing but be what I'm is. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. Okay. So maybe this is a bad metric for me. Every a mixed race people, that ain't me. Mixed race people, I'm black. Okay. I was supposed to be from Africa. I'm black. Mixed race people, the way that I kind of am like, okay, yeah, we normally I feel like black people just accept mixed race people who got any black in them. You
Mm-hmm.
black, come on to the cookout, come with
Come
us.
on.
You know, I
Come on
cornrow
over
your
here.
hair. I'm gonna throw you some little feet in braids in, baby. You
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
However, when I see a mixed race person who has a white parent and a black parent, I'm like, you are black and white. And I respect that. The older I've gotten, I respect that way more. And I'm like, I don't
Right.
want to just make it my decision what group
Which
you belong to. You belong to
exactly.
both. And also, when I notice mixed race people who are specifically black and white, and their friend group reflects only or mostly one of those two races, I kind of know, okay, maybe you feel more comfortable with this particular group of people. So when I saw him hanging out with his friends and they were mostly white, it made me feel like, okay, so he probably is most comfortable maneuvering with a group of white people.
Absolutely.
That's and
Absolutely.
that's just it. That's all. So that being said, Nancy was Latina. Is
Latina. And
Latina.
she was Latina. And her family
She
was
was
her family was Latina slash black.
I was about to say she was Nigina, girl, cause them brothers was
They sounded like they was from Atlanta.
they from Atlanta, baby. Girl, they sound like the 17th member of UGK. All of them brothers from Texas. I said, y'all black.
They
They're
blackity
black.
black, black,
That
black.
brother said, "What the fuck?" He was.
What we doing here? What we doing
You
here?
gotta.
Nah, you got to explain yourself. That's how he was. They got to explain yourself. I was like, oh, he's a real, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Yo, there. That.
I
I
couldn't
could
believe
not.
that she really thought that this nig was
Okay.
going to say yes. He gave her every reason to believe that he wasn't. I was so hoping that she would take the high road and not say yes.
I couldn't even believe
It,
that she chose him in the pods. Like he just,
yeah,
even in his personality, I was just like, and he said when he saw the next couple, one of the other couple, the girl who he was dating in the past that he didn't choose, he was saying, "Oh, if people see her, people see me, they think that we belong together." I was like, "Bro, you're not that cute. Is he cute to you? Was he cute like that to you?"
he looks like a white boy. I mean,
I was like, I wouldn't me. That's why I was like, maybe he's more comfortable with
he is,
his white side because
and maybe
I,
that's why
me and
because
my
that girl
homegirls,
she was black and white too, but still, I
she
was
was, she had black, her friends were black
black.
that she
Even
had.
though I didn't feel like she particularly acted that way. I would have thought it was a difference for me. I would have thought he would have had a black friend group and she would have had a white friend group.
That's why I said this was the one season where I had folks pegged wrong, honey.
Yeah,
I had them pegged wrong because
yeah,
I felt what you just said exactly verbatim. That is okay. So they were literally the living words. I was so glad Nancy, when she was telling her parent, like her family, to chill out, chill out. At first, I was getting annoyed with her
yeah.
until she gathered him all the way together on those steps. Like, no, there's no way we're not, because he was like, maybe we can try to see what comes of this after. She's like,
She should have just cussed his ass out and kept it I was mad. I was like, girl, why you still sitting on the stairs? Stop.
I thought, look, I love that she got out what she had to say.
I wanted her to go out with a bang, baby. I wanted her to
Speaking of who went out with a bang,
I wanted her to go out with a bang, baby. No, you gonna get this. You gonna get this black eye right here. You gonna get this black eye. You gonna turn me down. You gonna
I
turn me.
look. Speaking of going out with a bang, my next least favorite slash top three, girl, Zenab and Cole. When me so,
It makes my head hurt when I saw. Tell me your thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts. Please tell me
girl,
your thoughts.
I
Please.
lost my ish when that wedding
I
came.
was standing up.
You know I
I
fell
was
out.
standing up like, oh my, you know when you start hand clapping. Oh my God. My husband looking at me. Now I got my husband into this. And he like, you really? Yes. All of it. I was around here acting the
Nisa, give me the full play by play on what you thought about them. Play by play, because I need to know. I gotta know all your thoughts, sis.
We might
What?
think differently on this. We might
Okay,
think
we probably, I think I do think differently on the Zenith and Cole
okay.
situation. I think that's, yeah.
So my thought on them was I really did think that they were going to be like my number one, like, oh, they're going to get married. You know, they would never be someone that would be seen in the real world. However, truth, if I'm just being quite honest, I think Cole is just a real for real white boy who maybe has been sheltered, who probably hasn't been around a lot of different kind of cultures or different type of, nationalities, and he just knows, he's just tunnel vision, and he just knows one way to act. And so I think that a lot of times when even some of the things that were kind of just shitty
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that he did, I think that I don't think that he thought that it was wrong, because that's kind of all he know. Now let me tell you, when he hauled off and asked her if she was bipolar, my dude, I was like, oh, you
That,
want to die? You want to
yeah,
die?
that was the worst. That was
You want to
not the
die?
worst, but that was one of the worst things that he
That
did.
was one of the worst things. And even for
Yeah.
her to like stay after that, I was like, wow, I wouldn't have thought, because I felt like she was a strong, like,
Mm-hmm.
woman that kind of stood her ground. So that was shocking for me to even see her kind of like immediately work through. I don't know. I thought I was, but I was absolutely shocked when it got to the end, and it came down to it. I thought that they were going to try to make it work. I thought they really had kind of, you know, developed some kind of love, and I don't know, had the hopes of being forever. Mm.
This was the couple for me that was always I think I
Wow.
might have even mentioned it to you. Like, I could never wholly say this was like, the to me, the perfect insight of like the inner workings of trying to make a partnership work when nobody, this is, I think, what normally is their relationship. I felt like was the normal, like, not normal, but it felt the most relatable, because
Right.
you couldn't paint one person as the villain, and you couldn't paint one person, not always, you couldn't always, and for me,
Mhm.
I couldn't always paint one person as a villain or always as like the victim.
Right.
I thought that Cole, one of the things that I couldn't like disassociate was Cole was like significantly younger than her. I think he was like
Yeah.
seven,
Yeah, he was 25,
27 or
26, and she
something,
was
and she was
like
like
31.
35, 30, oh, 32. Yeah, so they're like 5 year age difference
Mhm.
there. Another thing, he's been married and divorced. He said he had like a less than a 1 year marriage. It kind of effed him up. He does. I didn't know what he did for a living, but he didn't seem super established. Like, even him saying like he had just ordered a sofa for his couch.
Right. He
She
flips house. He flips
Oh, he
house.
flips houses. Okay, so he has a little bit more leisure time. It seems like he just, like you said, like a white guy that just
Hmm.
probably doesn't know, like, the
Just
real
trying to throw
world
throw
is,
something to make it stick.
yeah, and the real world outside of being a white man in America, it's very difficult. And I think she was
She's definitely,
hyper aware of that because
yeah.
she lost both of her parents. She's
Hmm.
I don't know,
So
I think she said, was
established.
she Pakistani? She's
Sh-
she's
Yeah.
not white. She's a woman of color.
Uh-huh.
She's yeah, so she just, she knows like about things being difficult and having
Mhm.
to present a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So that people can accept you. So I thought that I thought that he was like childish, and also he had a
Very.
way of articulating his hurt in what I thought was initially in a respectful way. So I think what happened and how they continued to like get in this cyclical pattern of hurting each other
Mhm.
was he like, for instance, when he cooked that dinner for her, like had, and she was just like shooting every single thing down that
Oh,
he
I
said.
so bad.
That drove me crazy. And he was
That's
really trying to like go, ebb and flow. He was like, okay, okay. He was very lighthearted about it. And he was, I think, trying not to take it personally until it got to a point where
until it got to that point.
he just
Yeah.
couldn't. And so he finally was, but he didn't start with saying, "Are you bipolar?" He
No,
started with saying,
it
"Do
built.
you
It was
not like
built up.
me?" Yeah, he
Right.
started by saying, "I feel like you don't like me. Sometimes I feel like you're belittling." He wasn't yelling at her. He
No,
wasn't
he was.
elevated. He
Yeah.
was, I
Yeah.
thought he did a great job of articulating what was causing him pain, the things specifically that she was doing to cause him to feel inadequate and feel like it was impossible for, like, having him question if she liked him. And I know that she didn't just get like that overnight. I think that it she probably, her guard built because I think her
The
deep
initial
seated insecurities was him not being physically or
attracted.
seeming the physical attraction. So I
Yeah.
think that made her build this
It was
incredibly
even more heightened than.
crazy
Yeah.
guard.
Absolutely.
And
I agree.
he, in his mind, he wasn't thinking like, no, I wasn't telling you I'm not attracted to you. I was just
I'm
saying
just
this
saying that
girl is the kind of girl that I would go for because this is the kind of girl that
I
is
usually
in
go
my
for.
social
Yeah.
circle. Like, I don't know.
He's a white boy and
Yeah,
he
I
goes
don't know
for
women of
tons
color.
and
And he's
the
in
white
Texas.
girls. Yes. That's a great point, sis. Let me just add something to that because I definitely felt that he was always kind of playful with it, but I really did feel that that man, I thought that he was, I kept saying to my husband, like, oh, he whipped. Like, he loved that girl. He loved her. I really thought that he really did love her.
I couldn't get a good read on him.
Really, I felt like he really did. I mean, the way he would look at her, some of the things that he would say, I felt like it was like, okay, maybe he's just young and he wants to be in love, or he's young and she older and she just don't whoop this little boy.
Okay.
That's how I took it as. But
I could
I
see
do
that.
feel like I feel like at the end they were really hard on him, and I felt like they should have been harder on Bartice. That's how I feel.
Oh, I can't stand that nigga Bartiz. Bartiz, but the thing I
I
will.
I think they should have been harder on him. I was mad that they was getting
Ooh,
on my
I
boy
said the N
like
word. I'm
cold like
sorry.
that. Huh?
I said the N word. It slipped
Oh,
out my
sorry.
bad.
This how we
um,
be talking. I'm
I
so
know.
sorry.
I feel what you saying. I think people were hard on Bartiz. I think the thing with Cole and Zenith though was just like it just was too. It was just I I I feel like they played too harshly on each other's insecurities.
Both of them.
He Both of them, she triggered the heck out of this man with that feeling. What did he say? He said something like, I feel it, almost like s- less than, like inferior. I think that was a word that he used, like, you make me feel inferior. And I
Uh,
think that is probably a deep insecurity of
yeah.
his, and hers is clearly the
Her self-esteem.
attractiveness.
Yeah.
Like, they
And
just
she was
they
so
played
beautiful,
on.
and I just couldn't believe that she, even when at the end when she was talking about the food. How did you think about that last clipping?
I thought two things. I think two things can be true. I thought two things. I thought, one, again, we can't. Okay, I thought two things. So
Don't listen to
I
you.
don't listen to me. So I thought she did not lie. She said exactly what he said. He did say that. He said
Right.
it.
He
He
said
said
it.
those words.
But
I think to any other receiver, those words would not have translated the way they translated for her, because she's receiving his message through all of her insecurities.
and
She cannot
okay.
hear what
So
this
we're on the
man.
same page.
Yeah,
I
she
thought you were
couldn't
gonna
hear.
say a different
No,
thing.
she
I really
couldn't
did. I
hear.
thought you were gonna see different.
She couldn't hear his intention. That was not
And I think it
his
was
intention.
solely her. Of course, we don't know everything that they kind of all the discussions that they had. But even when they were all getting on him about when she talked about the two tambourines, I was like, me myself didn't think that was just a. I thought he really just didn't. He was just casually like, "Oh, we're
Saying
going
stuff.
down with like he know no better. Men don't know no better. They will tell you you fat without saying you fat."
And I really, I looking at it, I was like, that's not what
That's not.
I would have
I
thought
don't
he was
think he would have
saying.
meant. I don't think that's the way he meant it. She was
I
just
don't
playing
either,
with her
but
own insecurities.
she definitely, I think she hurt that through her insecurities and not the real way that it was supposed to be hurt. And also, he said that he didn't say that. So
He did.
he said, no, I never said that. If y'all have the footage, play it. So
That's
those are the
true.
things that I'm like, that's the perfect example of what I mean when I'm saying with them, they're like the perfect example of nobody is you can't say they're so neck and neck with their right and
Yeah.
wrong. It's like
Yeah.
it balances out. Like she's not all the way right, he's not all the way right, she's not all the way wrong, he's not all the way wrong. It's
Hmm.
one of those very nuanced relationships that I think is actually shows the real work of partnership.
Right.
Sometimes you're not going to be 100% right.
Yeah.
Sometimes your partner's not going to be 100% wrong. And you just
Right.
got to decide, do I want to be right or do I want to be
I
in
want to be
relationship?
out. Ooh,
And I think
that's
neither one of
good. Do
them
I want to be right or do I want to be in a
in
relationship?
relationship, and I think that's one of the things that their
I love it.
their insecurities and their trigger triggers, they could not see the, do I want to be in relationship, what's more important to me, do I want to be in relationship with this person. I think their trigger response, their trauma responses and all of that was just telling them, nah, f this, I'm out. And
I'm
her
out. Yeah.
specifically, I think her specifically, I think her age probably plays into it a little bit too,
Yeah.
because I felt like she just probably had been through enough and was probably
Right.
like, I want to have
She wants
kids
someone more
soon. I don't
established,
have time to build with
stable, and
somebody and help
right
him
to
grow up
get them to exactly
to
one
raise my son. Like if
one
she
hundred
probably thinking
percent,
like, if I have a son with him next year,
100%.
I don't want them to be like him.
I agree. No, I agree. Okay, I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Okay.
But let's move on. Okay,
Okay.
next couple for you.
Mm, Brennan and Alexa.
Yay, me too.
They're cute. She was actually my favorite from the beginning.
She was
She was
my favorite. She is just a doll. I love her. She's so beautiful.
she's so beautiful and she's just such a vibe. She's such a mood. She just, chill. I like her
Girl,
a lot. And I
then when I
thought,
saw her family, I was like, "Oh, she a rich auntie, baby. She
okay.
a rich auntie."
She gave that even in the pause. Before I knew, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That checks. She
It
just
did,
chill.
right? But let me tell you what I loved about them too. And you could tell that even at the finale, like, okay, well, they done finally had their little spits and spats, and it's not the honeymoon phase anymore, and it's like real
Hmm.
life. But I was happy that they were still, together.
Together.
But I just her dad was like Rico Suave. I was like,
Yeah, he was
okay,
cute.
I see you, sir. And the stepmother looked younger than her.
Girl, she looked amazing.
She
I was
had
like,
she
yes.
every time you saw her, she had on a two-piece something. I said,
She looked
"Ooh."
amazing.
But let me tell you what I really loved about them, because when Brennan first came into to pause and they weren't seeing each other, he was in his little cowboy hats, looking all country bunking, which there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I love
But let
that.
me
It's
tell
so
you,
cute.
Alexa, he done glowed up with her. He looking
Look, girl, I love a good black on black situation with the men. Now, a good old black on black. He had that black on black collar open, no tie. He looked great. He looked really great, and he looked comfortable. It
He
didn't look like
did. It was forced, right? It
It
didn't look like it
didn't
was
look like
forced.
it was forced,
Yeah.
and it didn't look like he wanted her things, like for things. Like it
Right.
just
He
they're
really
connect.
was.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
to me, I know you said Cole was looking like all smitten with Zay, but I thought
Oh, he was
Brennan was looking smitten with
absolutely.
like he was his vows. His
Oh
vows
my
were
God, I was girl. My little crybaby behind was up here crying.
cried. Ew, it was
Crying.
beautiful. His vows were so beautiful. I said, "Okay, let me take let
Take
me
some
I might
notes.
have to write that." It was beautiful.
Listen, it was absolutely gorgeous. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, are you a writer, sir? I mean, it was
I
beautiful.
love that. I think they're to me my most likely
We
to
have the same
succeed.
list, Lauren. We
Yeah,
literally, I have it written down.
we're sisters.
We didn't even talk about this.
We did not talk about this. So that leaves our favorite couple.
Raven and SK. Let me just tell you, first when Raven was in the pods, I was like, okay, she's one of those girls. I'm
Me
not gonna like
too.
her. She
I
just
feel so bad
here
for
to.
judging her.
I felt so bad for judging her. I was like, she's just here for the rating. She's just here for the likes. She's just here for the clout and the play that she's gonna get afterwards. She impressed the hell out of me. Let me tell you the first thing that
Oh,
changed my mind about her.
what was it?
When Bartice went up to her after they all met and was talking about how she, looked nice and she would really be his type and, they would make sense together. And she was
Oh,
like, I'm not interested in a man that is only wanting to be with me because of the way I look. Like he didn't give me that. Basically, he didn't give me that same vibe when we were in the pods, and he didn't see how I looked or what And now he's all up in me. He all up in my face. Now he all up in my face. I was slow clapping like you better say that.
yes, ma'am. Yes, Pam. And I loved how she said that in her like personal like confession, but to his face, she said, "Yeah, no, I'm happy, with my guy." And what would we even talk about? She was like, "I don't even know." She wasn't
You
even
said we gonna just go to the gym. We just gonna go to the gym.
she
She said
wasn't stank
that.
about it. She wasn't stank about it. It was like in a just a matter of fact, like
Just
what did we even talk about? Like to me,
she
she shut it
surprised
down
me.
the way Colleen should have
Should
shut Cole
have.
down.
Should have. Should
Or
have. That's
vice
how I knew she was black.
no, I didn't know she was black until
Her
her
friends.
but I will say her friends, look, shout out to single aunties out there, because me too, I am single auntie. Single aunties, they needed to shut TF up because
Oh
they
my
did not know what
God.
they were talking about trying to give this woman
Advice.
relationship advice. I was like, maybe that was for the camera and they were just trying to like
No.
have a moment. But
I
I
think
was
they was
like,
really being themselves. And I think that even deterred SK from
maybe,
his
but you
decision
okay. I was shocked to my core
that she
when that
said.
man said, "I do not."
Oh no, I wasn't. I promise you. Let me tell you.
You knew?
I I guessed every single person. The only the only person that I guessed wrong was Zenub and Cole, and
Oh,
they
you
were the
thought they were
last
gonna say
two.
yes? They were.
I thought I felt I knew he was gonna say yes, and after she done sat there and prayed, I was like, oh, she prayed. Remember, she held Cole's hand and prayed.
That's when I thought she was gonna say no. At first, I thought he was gonna say
Really?
no. At first, I thought he was the wild card, but when she prayed, I said, "Oh my God, she is about to say no to
I
this dude."
didn't think
We didn't even get to
so.
talk about how she did not just say no. She
Read
read that
him.
man for
L-
thiggity field. Mighty God.
literally. I was standing up like, what? She was like, you have disrespected me. I was like, and then when everybody was I was like, you mother suckers. You
You
mother
know
suckers.
what? You know what? Sorry, I know we're going back, but this is what I wanted to say about this.
About Colleen and
About
Zenith and Cole.
Zenab and Cole. So I think that maybe people are being a little too harsh on her for the speech that she gave.
That's the
I
way she felt. That's the way she felt,
and
baby.
and, and I do look, I think everybody gets to move how they want to move. But one
Mhm.
thing that I heard someone say this and it resonates with me. They said, "Wherever you pitch the tent, that's where the circus is going to happen." Meaning, if you disrespect me publicly, you going to get mad at me? Then for retaliating and going along with the circus,
Come on, somebody.
that's now
Jesus.
just because maybe I wouldn't do it, and okay, respectability politics, and oh, you want to when they go low, you got high, go high. Yes, for some
Child.
people, but also I'm not mad at somebody. This man, he did do disrespectful ish on camera.
It's just that simple.
He did that. He did
Yeah.
that to her, and we on camera
Yeah.
multiple times. She
Yeah.
had one speech that she gave where she read him for filth.
Yeah.
Now she was also a little naggy,
She
but I
was
don't think she
very,
was
but
like
no, not at
she
all.
wasn't
I think
disrespectful.
that that was appropriate for her to do because I gave her a standing ovation,
I
and
wasn't
then
mad at it.
I was like, okay, girl, well, tell us how you really feel because we don't know,
I
we
wasn't mad
don't
at
know.
it. Look,
No,
recently somebody subtweeted me, and I subtweeted on back right here on this very podcast, and y'all didn't have no clue.
you right. You talking
But
about
yes,
man?
but no, I feel like I'm slowly coming out of that
Man,
feeling like
I'll
you have
fight
to
them.
no, but I think I'm slowly coming out of feeling like you have to protect an image
Yeah,
or
I'll still fight.
protect people. Like it's like F that. You want to say something about me and you don't even
Hmm. Hmm.
why? We don't have any type of we could just not F with each other. That's how I feel. That's my default.
That's what Scissor interlude said.
Her
You don't got
grandma
to mess
said
with
it.
me. I ain't got to
I,
mess with you.
and to me, I feel like how that as an adult, a grown, full on
As
grown
an
adult, if
adult.
we everybody's not for me, everybody's
Yeah.
not for you. That doesn't mean that I have to comment and we don't have to be disrespectful and da 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 da.
Hmm.
But if you,
You still
I
gonna
feel
have
like
your
I'm
opinion.
not gonna light the match and throw it. But if you do,
If you do, then I'm a throw it right
I'm
back
getting the
at you, baby.
torch. Hmm, hmm. Is that how torches do? I don't know. I'm getting the fire torch, the blow torch. That was what I was trying to.
I was like,
Anyway,
okay, yeah, okay.
Raven and
Real
SK, they
quick,
definitely turned around. But yeah,
Raven and SK, I was really shocked that she actually said yes. I thought that she would be the one that said no.
did she
And
say yes? She didn't.
she,
Oh, she said
well,
she was
she
gonna
said
say
she was
right.
prepared to say yes, and how she loved his mom, and just the way that she accepted
I
his
cried.
culture. Me too, and she, and
I
even
cried.
how she handled it when he said no, when she was like, "Oh, give me a hug," and she was like, "I knew that had to be hard for him."
I thought
That
that he must have told her in advance. The way she handled it, I was like, they've discussed
mm,
this apparently.
she was so emotional.
But the way she was like, oh, okay, give me a hug. I'm gonna go now. I was like,
Even at the
what?
end though, when
What?
she was crying, she was crying. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so emotional." And even at the
The
finale show,
reunion
the reunion. She was like, "Oh my God, I was so emotional that day, but I was so glad to see that they actually are."
together.
Uh,
I actually love that more because you know what I thought I don't know a lot about Nigerian culture, but one of the things that I feel like I am maybe just assuming is they hold family in such high regard. I think even him saying, I know he mentioned something about him not being comfortable with her parents not being there, but I
mhm,
think that probably was the biggest thing for him. Like, no, we're not, I'm not going to get married to you. This is such a huge thing. We're going to, I think in his mind, he probably was thinking, yeah, this is the woman that I would love to marry. We're just going to have to do it the real right way, not for the
right,
cameras, not for
right,
the clout, not for this TV show. We're going
absolutely,
to be together, establish a real strong foundation. And then
yep,
when we're able to really be together, I know that I can provide for her. I know that we can have a family
hmm,
and do all the things that we talked about.
yeah.
That's when we'll and I would be very surprised if they like broke up or didn't. I bet in like a year or two we're gonna get like a random spinoff or reunion where they've like, oh, we got married or a
I
little
would
wedding
love
special.
that so much. I think that they would. I was really just in love with the fact that she was even so vulnerable, even at the end, like she, even at the reunion, she looked like she was just in love.
Smitten.
And
Smith.
I was so happy about that. I was like, girl, you just
Yeah.
proved me wrong on all levels.
And I know we've been talking for a long time, but we really haven't
Yeah.
talked, y'all. So we're just talking now. One of the things, and I love relationship talk. So one of the things about them that I thought was so fire was it didn't feel like they had that whirlwind, um, fantasy,
Hmm.
unrealistic, unsustainable type of passion and flame. I felt like both of them were able to communicate and balance each other out in such, um, a healthy way
Yeah.
that, and this is something that I tell people all the time, or even myself, like, and definitely when I was in a marriage, like I would tell people all the time, like, passion can grow. Like
Yeah.
that is something that you can actually actively build on. And that is something that I still believe today. Like I
Yeah.
think that it was proven even with them. Like they had a very they weren't talking about, oh, I'm so, even when they were talking, it was definitely on deep issues, family, future.
Right. Values.
And
Yeah.
then when they met each other, you could tell it. I didn't feel like it was just this immediate spark. Not They
Right.
weren't the first day they met. Second, even when they were on their trip, was not the way they was looking at each other. The way they was looking at each other at a
I
reunion. The way
know.
they were
Even
looking
when
at.
they was one point when they were in the pool and she was like, I definitely feel like I'm falling for you. And I was like, girl,
And it was like a
it was
slow
art
burn with them.
it was very organic. It was
Yes.
just real life, just
Yeah.
go
It
with it
it felt like they weren't getting caught up in the we have to
in the
perform
moment.
for the cameras. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
love
listen,
that.
we got a couple of minutes, just a few minutes. We got to get going. But let me tell you
What's your
my conspiracy
conspiracy? Yeah.
theory. I think that they must be offering these couples a certain amount of money if they get married and stay married.
They are.
Okay, so that's not a conspiracy theory.
I don't know. I'm into the
Oh,
conspiracy though. I don't know.
okay.
But I know that I think that they have to at least make it to the end of the experiment
Me too.
to get like their full money's worth at
You
least. I
know
don't
why I
know.
feel that way? Because the last season there was, I can't even remember, but they kind of felt like they were like almost like a Brennan and Alexa in a sense. The two couple that always did like the parties, they actually threw the party together at the like the final like one of the final shows after they had been married for a while. And they were like, oh, we're just so in love and we're still in a happy place. And then at the end when the credits come up, they done got a divorce.
The only couple that I can even remember
The
from that
white
previous
couple.
season was the black couple. Dang, I do not remember
And
that
they
white
got a divorce
couple.
too.
I know they got a divorce. I felt bad about that.
I didn't, because he deserved it. His ass
You didn't think
needed to
he was
be
good?
the,
What
with
did he
that little
do?
bitty, with the little bitty girl, with the little bitty cute little
Yeah,
light
the
skinned
cute little
girl. He
light
was
skinned girl.
always
Yeah.
out partying. Oh, absolutely not. I didn't like him at all. I didn't like him. I didn't like him.
I did not like him. I
I didn't
thought
like him.
that she probably could have. I thought that she could have held out for something a little bit better. But it seemed like by the, I don't know. I literally, I can't remember any other
They were
couple.
still fighting over the same thing by
Who
the
was it?
time the
What was it with the
so
couple
they
that you
had
talked
the
about? What was their
reunion,
main
and
thing?
then I guess after the reunion, they also have like a follow up, like months later, to see how the couples are still doing. And did you? So you didn't see that one?
But what's the couple that you're talking about? Like, what was one of their like defining things in their season? Do you
That was
know?
remember he was talking to the black guy. He was telling the one girl that he remember he had posed to the one girl and she turned him down. And she
The
and he was
singing guy, the
the sing
guitar singing man.
she went with the singing guy. She went
Yeah, I do
to
remember
her.
them.
And she and the but the black guy that originally proposed to her, he went with the little cute black
Yeah,
girl who was from Atlanta.
yeah.
And she all she talked about was how, he stayed out all night, he just
Oh,
hung.
right. No, but you were saying that there was a white couple that got divorced, and
Yes,
they
and the
that's
same.
Who is the white? That what's the white couple? What's some of their things that
They
you
were real
remember?
just chill. They didn't have any. They were like
Just
they were
Alexa
like
and Brennan.
Alexa and Brendan, where they
I
didn't
do
have
not
any
remember them.
disagreements. They were they were easy yeses. Um, what's their names? I'm gonna find them. They were let me tell
I
you real
feel like
quick.
it's kind of coming back to me a little bit, but I can't really all the way remember it. I don't
Was
know, but
Nick and Danielle.
show me. Put the picture up on the camera. Let me see. I can't. I don't. That's not ringing a bell. Can you? Can you go to images and show me how they look?
Mm,
It's not coming up.
hold on, Danielle and Nick. Let's see.
I'm like, I can't. Really trying to like figure out who these people are. I have no clue. Like none. Nick and Danielle. Oh my God, no, they were weird to me last season. I remember
They
them
were
now. They
weird.
were so
They
odd to
were
me.
weird, but remember, they were all so in love. And even after the whole, they threw
Mm,
parties and would bring everybody together. And their
okay,
asses
I
done
do.
went off and got a divorce.
That's not
Like I was
surprising for
blind, I
me.
was blindsided by
You
that.
were blindsided.
I was like, "What you mean y'all got a divorce?
That
Y'all,
was
y'all."
I was more surprised by the black couple getting divorced
I
than
wasn't.
I
I wasn't. She
really.
should have divorced him a long time ago because he just did not want to be in that relationship. He didn't want to be in a marriage.
Okay. Sidebar. I know we gotta go. Sidebar. I low key feel like sometimes they people culture makes it seem like women have this very romanticized version of marriage and relationships.
Hmm.
I think guys do too. At least black guys. I think black guys have this very romanticized fantasy version of a family, and I feel like we see that so much in reality TV. I think that dude had a very like, this is
But it
my
is.
ideal. My dad and my mom are married, and da da da, and this is what
But
I
that was his
want.
stepmom. That wasn't even his mama. Mm.
But his dad is a reverend. His dad was
He
like a
is.
pastor or something. So I feel like a lot of times black guys, and I'm not
They want to
saying
mimic.
black
No,
guys like being a weirdo, but them only dudes I
what they
really
see. They what he saw.
they
He saw
and
that.
I yeah, and not even what they saw. I think they want to really get the family thing right.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a thing, and not just black guys. I think even black women, we to a degree have that.
Mhm.
I think sometimes we just be like, we'll bend maybe, and we'll work
Yeah.
with it if it doesn't neatly fall in line. But sometimes it feels like the men, they be like not knowing how to pick up the pieces if it just doesn't fall in line. It's like
Yeah, but for him, I felt like
that's
she
kind of
kept telling him over and over what she needed, and he just was not. He wasn't doing it. Like she was telling him
true.
over and over, you cannot stay out all night till 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, hanging out with your boys and getting drunk. And he just was not listening to her. He
It
was
couldn't
still
register.
doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just
That
wrong.
that's not
What do you
going to
think
be a
about,
successful
last
marriage.
thing, what do you think about arranged marriages in general?
I think that it's a great idea. I wish that I could do that for my children. I mean, arranged marriages is for status quo, it's for, financial benefits, it's for making sure that you all have the same aligned uh, morals and beliefs. I wish I did it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not kidding. I
You see
wish,
me?
look, I wish a community of elders would have pitted
Just got
me
together, right?
with like somebody. It was like, oh, y'all grew up together.
Let's bring it
Y'all,
back.
we all know each other,
Let's bring
families.
it back. Let's bring it back.
I'm gonna try to do that with my kid
Let's bring it back.
or
That
kid.
I think that the best
I'm.
idea ever.
I don't think it should be like the way it was, but I definitely think a community,
They're
just
on
how
to something.
they're on
They're
to
on to
something.
something.
A community of people that love you, and they might need to gather around you. Like, okay, look,
Yeah. You this just like
go on a
like
date with him.
listen, when the royal family be like, okay, you growing up with this person, and he's going to be your husband when you get a certain age, y'all get married.
Yes, shout out to House of the Dragon. My
Listen,
betrothed. Now that was a whole. That was just wrong. That's
that
incest.
was
That's
ugh.
not arranged marriage.
All of those were
Mm-mm,
made me throw
mm-mm.
up.
We're not talking about that
Mm,
actually.
okay, not
Nisa,
that
what's
kind of
your?
arranged
I
marriage.
know we gotta go. Look, what is your? You want to move on, or you wanted to keep talking
No,
about
let's
this?
go. Let's move on.
Yeah. Um, guys,
Thank,
I don't know why
thank
y'all
you.
be listening to us and just letting us talk like crazy,
You
but
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Oh my God, this is one of the things I meant to say. Y'all
Yeah,
see where we recording it? That means we did not win the lottery.
yeah. Tag on it.
We didn't win, sis.
I had planned it out to a T. I had planned it out if I won this amount and this amount and this amount. I had 3 steps to it. Three. This is the category right here. This is what we're gonna do. But if it's a larger, this is what
Sis,
we.
you a
But if
trip.
it's that, this is what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna start playing the
Girl,
lotto consistently. I'm sorry. I
I want to
get
win.
rich. I gotta get rich.
We didn't win, y'all. All right. I
Amen.
just wanted to say this. So we don't have a business of the week this week.
Midterm.
Next time, right? We don't have a
Midterm.
business of the week, y'all. Other than Chick-fil-A, which blessed my soul yesterday with that Cobb chicken salad. Shout out to Chick-fil-A. Mm.
Oh, I had Panera bread today. Shout out to Panera. It was good.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay, let me do my we don't have a
Yes.
song for this week. I'm gonna do my quote of the week, and it is, a life lived in love will never be dull. Unknown.
I love that. Love.
Love,
Love.
a word that comes and goes.
Why are we both about to sing love songs?
I don't know. I was actually singing Kurt Franklin though. I don't know. I
You
guess
were.
it's
I was about to sing love. Love will keep us together. What is that even? What is that?
oh,
Girl,
or
that's like a
Music Soul Child. Love. So many things I got to tell you.
yo.
Woo!
He's gonna be at the City Winery. All of his shows are sold out. He has 4 shows. They're all sold.
Shut the F up.
Shout out to good music, good R&B. This is
Okay.
the season, man. Cause ooh, that would have been
It
a good old
is.
time. But anyway, y'all,
All right.
we'll be back next week.
Man, we.
Love y'all.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.